Good morning to all of you. I am Suresh and I have been in the corporate for almost 30 long years. Currently, I am a director of human resources for a software company called Girmiti Software, which is located in Whitefield in Bangalore. So before we begin, I would like to sincerely thank Sangoli Rayanna First Grade Constituent College for inviting me as the resource person for the one-day international webcast on discovering new strategies for combating the imperative global economic slowdown, which is organized by the PG Department of Commerce, RCU, SRFGC. So thank you very much for inviting me. And before we begin, probably I will share a little more details about myself in the next 1 or 2 minutes. By qualification, I did degree, I did law, I did MBA, and I did a postgraduate diploma in training and development from the Indian Society for Training and Development. I've also done a diploma in labor laws. I have published a book on performance management. And I've had the opportunity to work for almost 3 decades, and I still continue to work. Plus, I also do lots of teaching and training. I do lots of teaching for the MBA students in Bangalore, and I also do corporate training. So at the outset, let me congratulate your college for having chosen a very lively, interesting, challenging topic, which is of absolute necessity for today. Look at the beauty of the topic. New strategies for combating the imperative global economic slowdown. Now, having this as the macro subject, I thought I will have a subtopic called Rethink, Redesign, and Retranscendence as to what we should do to make ourselves globally competitive. Okay? Don't get scared by these words. I will make it very simple for you. So first, let's start about the word called rethink. So when we say rethink, first I would like to talk about the general business environment. Business, by very definition, is producing goods or providing services which the society wants with an intention to make profit. Business is B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S, pronounced as B-I, business. In business, you can do ordinary Apple business up to aeroplanes. You can do ordinary mango business up to a Maybach car costing around 2 crores or 3 crores. In business, you can do ordinary eraser business up to electronics. You can do ordinary paint business up to pharmaceuticals. You can do ordinary shoe business up to software. You can do ordinary socks business up to steel. All come within that huge umbrella of business, business, business. MBA is a very formal course which teaches you how to do business. Similarly, why we have to teach business is because of the fact that it is generally established that rich, prosperous countries have all embraced business, and because they embraced business early, they rose to be great nations. India, we got our independence, as all of you know, in 1947. There were lots of problems at that time. We had the problem of partition. The literacy rate was very low, predominantly an agricultural nation, which was highly dependent on monsoon. So priorities were very different in India at that point of time. So therefore, we embraced what is known as mixed economy. Mixed economy, in simple words, the philosophy was the government will do business, and also we could encourage some private entrepreneurs to do business. Jawaharlal Nehru called them as the temples of modern India. And that's how about 250 public sectors came up in India. HMT, BHEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. All of you must be familiar with these big names. And we did have some private enterprises like the Tatas, the Birlas were all there. The rich people, the warriors, they were all there. Bombay Dyeing, must have heard about these big names. But as we moved, 1955, 65, 75, and as we touched 1980, we felt that somewhere our approach to business was not that very correct. And by 1980, it was just a small participation from outsiders. You could enter into India provided you have a good local partner. That's why you had companies like Kawasaki, Bajaj, TVS and Suzuki, MRF and Mansfield. Pepsi came through Leher. So it was not a very limited opening. But by 1991, all of you know, LPG, liberalization, globalization and privatization, we opened up the economy for the first time, not in all sectors, in quite a few sectors. And that's how, after 1991, you had companies like IBM, Accenture, Cisco, Toyota, Ford. All these companies started coming to India, and it really did well for the economy. Initially, 92, 93, 94 were little turbulent years. At that time, I had the opportunity to work in Hindustan Unilever. It went on a shopping spree. We started purchasing companies like Kisan, Brook Bond, Lipton, Ponds. Age of liberalization, globalization. It did good in the sense that, unfortunately, some Indian companies had to close down. But overall, if you see, the benefits were more. That's the topic today. Just as we were going through some economic crisis in 1991, today, in the year 2020, we are going through a different type of economic crisis. As all of you know, we call this as COVID-19 crisis. Recession because of COVID-19. Unfortunately, in the last 3 to 4 months, all of you know, things are not all right. Economy is in the doldrums. It's not just the Indian economy, but the world economy itself. GDP growth is pathetically low. There is disturbance all around in the world. United States of America, which is still considered as the #1 country in the world in terms of prosperity, in terms of wealth, in terms of entrepreneurship, has been going through severe crisis. More than 1 lakh lives have unfortunately been lost. Right? Similarly, United Kingdom, the other European countries like Spain, Italy, all of them have gone through crisis and are still continuing to go through this crisis. The situation in India is also not that very great. You must have read in newspapers, and day in and day out, these stories are churned to you that the GDP is not good, Indian industries are closing down. You must be also reading about words which are very often coming on TV and in newspaper nowadays, that existing employees are removed, salary reduction, no increments, no promotions. A little sad situation. So dear students and participants of today's program, This is not the time to sulk. This is the time to bounce back with more energy and more positivism. I have faced 4 recessions in my life: 1991, 2000 dot-com burst, 2008, the Lehman Brothers effect, the effect of Lehman Brothers. We went through a big recession. 2012 was again a bad year, and now 2020. But don't worry, these are all temporary phenomenon, and we will bounce back, provided we look to the topic. Look at the beautiful topic: new strategies for combating, for fighting the imperative global economic slowdown. What are the new strategies? And in that only, my first topic is rethink. If you think very hard, you will find that you can easily come out with solutions. Thinking is very powerful. When you get up early in the morning, the 2 gifts that are given by God are your thoughts and your eyes. When you get up early in the morning, your eyes open. It's only then you're aware that you're alive. And then there is this naughty fellow, cruel fellow, dangerous fellow, who is with you as long as you live, who permeates your life, who's responsible for all the goodness and miseries that happen to your life, who's your friend, philosopher, guide, and who's also your enemy, thoughts. If you read Sigmund Freud's book, Interpretation of Dreams, father of psychoanalysis, if you read many psychological books, they will tell you on an average, a human being gets approximately 30 to 35,000 thoughts per day. And if you're sad or in depression, you will touch around 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. These thoughts come to you every day. And that's how the construction of your personality is over. These thoughts have come to you not after you're joining your college there. It has come to you right from the time you were born. It's got converted to lakhs of thoughts. These lakhs of thoughts have converted to crores of thoughts. No, what is this rethink? If you talk to neurologists, they'll give you very interesting statistics. They say in the last many decades, okay, the last few centuries, the brain has grown in size, in both in mass and volume. It's grown almost 3 times. There is a projection in the brain which has now come newly in the last few centuries. They call it as prefrontal cortex. Very powerful. You can visualize, you can think very hard. You can imagine that everything is going to be nice, and your thoughts will make you what you are. That's why if you see in the last, say, 6 or 7 centuries, more of inventions, more of discoveries, the power of the brain, the power of thoughts has gone up manifold. So that's why we say rethink. If you rethink, you can re-strategize. If you re-strategize, you can bounce back with the global economy going good, countries becoming better, and also India becoming a rich and prosperous nation. I'll just give you one example for re-strategizing. All of us know about China now, right? What happened in Wuhan, and today they are like the villains of the world. The GDP of China is also contracting. They snatched away many jobs from the world, including major manufacturing jobs from India. Dear students, I'm going to ask you some few questions for which you will not get a reply. How many of you in your college are using an Indian laptop? How many of you are currently using an Indian mobile? We still do not know how to make a car like Audi. In India, we still do not know how to make a car like Mercedes-Benz. How many of you have an Indian television at home? Because our products are not of world class. All of you must be using Google, Facebook. India has still not yet given a reply to Google and Facebook. We have lost out on many things. So this is the time to re-strategize. That is why the topic chosen by your college is very interesting. This is the time, if we re-strategize properly, we can bounce back as a powerful nation. We can get back the jobs from China. Already Japan and few countries are incentivizing their entrepreneurs to come out of China. This is the opportunity which we have to seize in India and make the best use of the prevailing current situation. Okay, now what are the strategies? Correct? In Rethink, what are the strategies? There are plenty of strategies already announced, but I will just make it very simple and sweet. First of all, I think the government has taken a right decision. If you see our Prime Minister and our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman continuously speaking in the last 1.5 to 2 months, it's all about revival of the economy, and silently they are the strategies for us to become a global power. You must have heard about a word called Atmanirbhar. That means self-reliant India. Once you are self-reliant, then leap. Then relaunch India into the global economy, which I feel is a very good strategy. Today, I don't know why we Indians are looking at many foreign products, including China, for umbrellas, for your mobile phone covers. If you see, there are hundreds and hundreds of small products or mid-sized products. There are about 40,000, 50,000 items which we are importing from China. Can't we do all that? Somewhere we gave up. That is why we say, first of all, let's be self-reliant. Let Make in India be a strong message. With that as a platform, let's leapfrog into the global economy, which is a very good strategy. That is why on the first day when the finance minister spoke, she gave lots of incentives for micro, small, marginal industries. Why? They are the backbone. If you go to many car companies, they don't manufacture the clutch, they don't manufacture the accelerator, they don't manufacture the braking systems. It's all done by medium scale industries. Unless they are revived, the big ones cannot start. Second interesting reform, which is going to be in practice, which is very nice. It's all about labor reforms. It's a very good strategy which we have adopted. For the last 6 decades, I'm a HR person, labor laws. Most of the manufacturing companies in India closed down because of wrong labor movement. Maharashtra was known, example to you, known for thousands of textile mills. They all closed down because every second day you used to have a strike. You cannot extract work from an Indian worker beyond 8 hours. Chinese worker works for 13 to 14 hours per day. At the drop of a hat, Indian workers will go on strike. Management down, HR manager down. And management does not know what to do and it will declare a lockout. Similarly, if you take a West Bengal, it was known for thousands of jute companies. They all closed down. So that is why labor reforms are required. Indian workers have to be more smart. Indian workers should be more competitive. We should not be in the business of making workers comfortable. Please listen carefully. We should be making them more competitive. Comfort should be there. But we should move from comfort to competitiveness. Land reforms related to entrepreneurship. What is it? Earlier, if you have to start a factory, you cannot directly go and meet the farmer and purchase land from him. You have to go through the government. Red tape is a license. That has got dismantled. It's a new strategy. All this is done for encouraging youngsters like you to start business and make India not only self-reliant but also compete at the global level. Dear friends, whenever we talk, please remember everything is meant for you. Don't think this is not meant for you. You know the most interesting strategy which has been adopted, which I want to share with you. Defense sector is opened up to almost 75%. Coal sector is opened up, power sector is opened up, energy sector is opened up, ISRO is opened up. ISRO and all very secretive industries. After listening to the Prime Minister's speech, you will find that ISRO is now opened up. You can collect data. You can you can send your own space shuttle. Isn't it great? All this is meant for youngsters like you, for young entrepreneurs. Another interesting thing, health sector is going to grow up. One more interesting thing, because I can speak on like this for another 1 hour. No, we're just talking on strategies which have been implemented at the macro level. Now you have to strategize it at the micro level and make your lives nice, right? So that is why today, please embrace entrepreneurship. After completing your course, master's degree in commerce or whatever it is, if you want to get a job, go ahead. But in case you want to become an entrepreneur, today is the right time. 3 lakh crores. 3 lakh crores has been pumped into the Indian economy only for setting up new industries. It's collateral free. That means no government is giving guarantee to you. Is it not the right opportunity? Is it not a strategy for you to enter into entrepreneurship and take your company global? 20 lakh crore is overall being spent for the revival of the economy. 2 followed by some 13 zeros, huge money. So when we rethink, okay, let's come back to rethink. Government at its level has done lots of rethinking to make India leapfrog in the global arena. Now, at the individual level, you should also rethink. Think powerfully, think nicely, be positive, be cheerful, be highly motivated. Because during this COVID-19 scenario, somewhere there is some sort of fear psychosis. Don't have all these fear psychosis. Come out of all that. It's a matter of time. It may take 6 months or 1 year, but you should know how to live with it. Learn how to live with it. We're talking only about 3 things. Wear a mask, keep social distancing, and regular sanitization. That's all. Right, dear friends? Rethink is very, 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 very interesting. Think about your future. Plan for your future. Think global. Today, any company in the world is thinking about India. Why not I go and start a manufacturing unit there? I was working in, as I said, Hindustan Unilever. I was working with BPL Telecom. I was working with Hindustan Photo Films. And then I moved to the IT sector, a company called Emphasis. Do you know what's the beauty of IT companies today? We are re-strategizing, rethinking. And apart from getting good orders from the United States of America, because you know why they want to download all your software work to us? Because salaries are very high in US. Today CEOs don't have that money. They have gone through severe economic crisis. So that is why they want to download the work more to India, which we already know, which has been happening. But what's special now? If you read the newspaper reports and listen to top CEOs, they want their captive units to be in India also. Captive unit means the head office will be in US, their entire office will be shifted to India, and we have to work from India, and we'll be catering only to that exclusive customer. Isn't it a huge opportunity at the global level? United States of America, dear friends, is 3 times the size of India. I want to use many times. Population is only 30 crores. We have 4 times the size of that population. They have 40% of the world wealth. That country is struggling now. This is the time to capitalize. This is the time to go global. This is the time to leapfrog and relaunch. There it is applied. Next, we'll move on to what is known as redesign. What is redesign? See, rethinking is all here. Think. Redesign. Redesign is you're actually actioning it. If you don't action it, okay, what is the use of thinking alone? Things have to be translated into action. There is one interesting story in Mahabharata. See, there is a small rat which is inside a hole, inside a burrow. It comes out, spends some time, and then quickly goes back to the burrow. One day when it's coming out, it suddenly sees a cat. The cat starts chasing it, and it quickly goes and hides in the burrow. Then after a few days, when the rat is coming out of the burrow, it finds that the hunter has come and has put a net there and the cat is inside the net. Now the cat is calling the rat and telling, come on, come on, come on, please help me. Please cut the net. Your teeth is very sharp. I will come out. Rat is telling, I am your food item. If I cut the net, you will come and catch me. Then suddenly what happens is there is a snake which comes. Snakes, you know, they love rats. So suddenly this rat says, look, a snake has come. I need protection. Can I come and hide behind your back? I can get inside the net very easily. I will hide behind your back. Cat says, come, 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 come. I'll help you. So this rat goes behind the cat and hides. The snake searches for the rat, does not get it and goes off. Then quickly the rat comes out and then the cat says, cut the net. Because I helped you, no. Then the rat says, if I cut the net now, again you will pounce on me. Sorry, I will not. Then it tells, look, the hunter is going to come in 10 minutes. He is going to catch you because you got caught in the net. But as the hunter is coming, I will cut the net so that you will run off, because at that time your mind is to escape and you will run off. And then when the hunter comes, the rat cuts the net and the cat runs off. Then after a few days, the cat again comes to the rat and says, look, 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 I helped you. You also helped me. Right? Now come out of the burrow. Please come out. A rat says, no, 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 no. At that time, I wanted some help from you. You helped me because I hid behind you. You helped me. Similarly, I also cut the net and made you escape from the hand. That's all. Both of us, you know, when there is a necessity, we'll come together. Otherwise, you know, we are totally different. Now you may ask, why am I telling you this story? This is international relations. Please remember, that's why we will always have a blow hot and blow cold relationship with countries. With United States of America, blow hot, blow cold. With China, blow hot, blow cold. When they want us, they will make use of us. When we want them, we have to make use of them. Right? Understand international relations. Understand global business. Every country is selfish. So now is the time when we have to be selfish because the whole world is against China. And China snatched away all the jobs from us. No harm in getting back our lost glory. That is why we say re-strategize. This is the time when we have to get back. So we have to action, action, action. More entrepreneurs. Economic environment now is opening up. You will find the pent-up demand. There is what is known as pent-up demand of the people is going up now. People want goods, people want services, aspirational levels are coming up. People want to fight and come back now. 2.5, 3 months depression, 2.5, 3 months of sadness. Now everybody wants to prove who they are. So this is the time you have to action, action, action. The last one is retranscendence. What is retranscendence? Retranscendence is a brand new English word. So you must have heard about words like, you know, be strong, be brave, outgrow your potential, rise to your fullest capabilities and all that. So this retranscendence is a beautiful English word. Go beyond yourself. This is the time. Don't not waste this opportunity. I doubt whether we'll get such a beautiful opportunity to go global and make an impact, because the world is looking at India with reverence today. All the European countries have taken our HCQ. Earlier they used to tell, don't import from India. But whether my medicine has completely cured people or not, that's debatable. That's separate. But they have relied on India and we have risen to the occasion. Retranscend. I'll make it easy for you. There was a teacher who takes 3 students to a circus. He asks the first student, why are all these elephants doing these funny tricks in the circus rink? The first student says, sir, what is great about these elephants? You give them training, they will do everything. The moment you give a ball, it will kick. The moment you give a cricket bat and throw a ball, it will hit. If you give a music instrument, it will also play music. So what's great about it? The second student says it's not only training, but a lot of fear. These three circus elephants know that in case, I don't do what is expected of me, the mahout will not give food. He'll beat me, he'll chain me. So therefore, there's an element of fear also. That's why these three circus elephants are doing these funny tricks in the circus ring. We asked the third student, now tell me the reason. The third student, a bright fellow, he believes in this philosophy, rethink. Very nice. So he says, elephants are tall, elephants are gigantic, elephants are an enigma, elephants are one of the greatest creations of God. They can uproot trees, bring down buildings, right? They can kill animals, they can kill human beings. But unfortunately, these three elephants which are in the circus don't know who they are. If only they know who they really are, I and you will not be watching circus. It would have played football with all of us and walked off. This is the power of retranscendence which all of you have. Each one of you are born to be great achievers. You have layers and layers and layers of strength or potential which is there within you, which you are not exploiting. This is what has to be exploited if we want to become a great global power. Government is doing its best. It's coming out with policies. 2020, if you ask me, I will say they are the second big bang reforms after 1991. We never knew coal sector will get opened up. We never knew ISRO will get opened up. We never knew minerals will get opened up like this. Zinc, copper, anything you want. You can start a business. Earlier it was confined only to government, right? So therefore, dear friends, look at agriculture, APMC market. Farmers can sell throughout India now. You can do even agricultural business. So dear friends, government has done its bit in terms of strategies. Now, individually, you have to strategize if you have to capture the Indian market and the global market. We should make made in India as powerful as once upon a time in 60s, 70s, and 80s as made in Japan. Look at each country. Strategies. What do they want? What is it that they are weak at? What is the demand? Can I produce it to the expectation of the customer in that particular country? That's all. And then we are there. Beautiful topic. It will take India to great heights. It will be most respected. Today we are almost a $2.5 to $3 trillion economy. China somewhere around 8 to around 12, or we are between 10 and 12. Now we have slipped. United States of America is $18 trillion. If only we strategize globally, very quickly we can touch $5 trillion in the next 4 to 5 years, dear friends. So let's conclude. How do we conclude? Correct. I will say there is a magic in number 7. 7 continents, 7 oceans, 7 days per week, 7 swaras, right? James Bond is also 007. If you start thinking, you will get 50 things on 7, right? Once upon a time, 007 was a famous drink. Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So let's quickly summarize, okay? Let's come to conclusions. What is it that I want to tell? Quickly. Otherwise, we'll be going on. And let's look at the 7 points. And just scribble something which I thought I will share with you. One is, let's look at 7 in terms of alphabets. Okay, it starts with yes, soft skills. All of you, please develop on your soft skills. More of self-confidence, more of power, more of energy, more of passion. Early morning, first 10 minutes or 5 minutes, you should pump in positive thoughts. I'm fine, I'm wonderful, I'm great. There's nothing in this world which I cannot do. Soft skills never change, and technical skills keep changing. Soft skills has got eternal shelf life. Make use of soft skills nicely. Thoughts, power. Second is, which we have talked, is E. E is for entrepreneurship. Today, India should embrace entrepreneurship in a very, 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 very big way. We've already discussed about entrepreneurship, and we've already told you about the Indian market, global market. Today is the right time to start a business. Once upon a time, you cannot get a license to start a business at all. Right? It was very, very difficult. It was known as license Raj. Before 1990, very difficult. Before 1980 was extremely difficult. Today, anybody can start a business. Ordinary people. Narayana Murthy did not have 10,000 rupees. He borrowed from his wife and started an empire called emphasis, entrepreneurship. One is, you are there, products are there, you generate employment, right? SEV, vibrancy. We want vibrancy. Any job in this world, only two things are required: knowledge and skills. Second thing is passion, passion, passion. Please find out where your passion is and do something which you are very, very passionate about. It's only then you're going to make it great in India and make it great at the global level. Passion means when you do it, you like it. When you do it more, you like it more. When you do it more and more and more, you will like it more and more and more. That's why look around people. Huh? Take Ilayaraja, take A.J. Jesudas, take up people like Lata Mangeshkar, take up people like, A.R. Rahman. They will do the same thing till the very end. Look at Amitabh at the age of 75, he's still acting. Whereas most of you youngsters at the age of 25 itself, you get bored with life, right? Have passion for life, have passion for studies. There's nothing called as a good job or bad job. Jobs are never supposed to give you satisfaction. An auto rickshaw driver drives auto for 30 years. The satisfaction, does it come from the auto or from the individual? The individual should get the satisfaction. Right? So therefore, find out where is your passion. Vibrancy, SEVE, emotional intelligence. 80% of what is there in human beings is within us. Thoughts are within us, emotions are within us, potential is within us, rethinking is within us, retranscend is within us. Nothing is outside. Outside is just a physical form, right? We have seen the beautiful movie Titanic. It hits a glacier. Above, it's only 10%. Below the glacier is 90%. Human personality is like that, full of vibrancy. We need more big people like you to take India to great heights. We need not one Narayana Murthy, one Premji and one Shivanadar today. We want 10,000 Narayana Murthis, 20,000 Premjis, 1 lakh Shivanadars to take India to the global level, right? And we want many people from your college to come out with all those inner strengths and take it. Good. The last one is on new normal, correct? SEVEN. And this is a new normal. New normal is what? Earlier this was a normal. Now we have got a new normal. What's the new normal? Correct? COVID-19, little dull. Maybe you have to be a little harder with yourself. You have to be a little more stricter with yourself. In this situation, you have to strive very hard. You have to be a little more harder with yourself today than what you were about 2 years back. So therefore, we have to rise to the occasion. All the powers are within you. Nothing comes from outside. Even if you take up the concept of happiness, you have the Euronic philosophies, Westerners, they always felt happiness is outside. Then Euromonic was another philosophy, and the third one is the Eastern philosophy. Eastern philosophy, everything is within us. So dear friends, to conclude, globalization benefits all countries. Globalization benefits India also. Globalization is the need of the hour. Today, since the environment has undergone a severe change, new strategies are required. What is strategy? Strategy is powerful thinking. You have to visualize, you have to see. Future is always dark. Taking decisions in terms of darkness to foresee the future and being successful is strategy. Right? So therefore, we have to combat or fight this economic downturn very, very successfully. So my blessings and wishes to all the students. Go ahead, be cheerful, be motivated, be with full of positivism. And to conclude, I would like to sincerely thank this college for having given me this opportunity to share a few of my thoughts on this lovely topic. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.